Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Leon Forsman. I've been a pastor for 25 years, and 7 years I have been a mediator, dealing with different forms of conflict on a daily basis in my life. One of the big issues in our school system at the moment is the rise in children perpetrating bullying, and the authorities have no clear-cut, workable answers of dealing with this phenomenon that's on the rise in our school communities. This info video would like to suggest a way forward, a constructive and meaningful way of dealing with this issue. You see, most of the ways we deal with bullying in the school environment is through punitive sanctions, where the perpetrator is expelled from school or any other way of dealing with it, so that he or she knows that it is wrong what they have done. The punishment fits the perpetration that was done. But the big problem with that, dear ladies and gentlemen, is that it does not address the underlying issues of why a child engages in that kind of behavior. Secondly, the punitive model does not address the victim's issues, the victim's state of mind, the victim's hurts and wants do not get addressed through the punitive model. It may bring some form of satisfaction that the perpetrator got his just reward for what he has done to me as the survivor, but it does not address my feelings, my hurts, my wants as one that was affected by the other person's way of doing things. Underlying to the whole issue of bullying, there are a whole set of circumstances that leads up to a child doing what they do when they bully someone else. It could be a broken home. It could be a lot of tension at home. It could be a feeling of being unwanted, a feeling of being inadequate, a feeling of hopelessness. And then those feelings get played out in aggressive behavior, such as bullying. In the punitive system, that does not get addressed. I would like to offer another way of dealing with it, a way in which the school is involved, the school board is involved, the perpetrator and his parents are involved, the survivor or the victim and his parents or her parents are also involved. Looking from it from the victim side, one of the big no-nos of the punitive system is that the victim does not get to have an input in the sanction that the perpetrator receives. And it may also happen that the victim has to testify and gets feels that they are again discriminated against and victimized. So there is no closure for the victim. There is no resolve for the victim. Whereas, if we use the method I am going to suggest, the victim becomes a survivor, and it's empowering, and it gives a resolve to the issues at hand. On the other hand, the perpetrator and the underlying issues that lead up to the way he or she handles issues gets addressed as well. It could be counseling. It could be anger management. Those issues are addressed in a meaningful way. So what is it that I do suggest? I suggest a system we call restorative justice. Restorative in the sense that this victim becomes a survivor and the perpetrator gets justice, but the issues underlying is also addressed in a meaningful way. The system works that all the parties get together. Each one gets his or her opportunity to state what the whole situation has done to them emotionally and otherwise, how it affected their lives, how the school feels about what is going on, what this perpetrator is doing to the school, harming the school's image, or whatever it may be. Each one gets their opportunity, the perpetrator as well, to state why. Why did he engage in that way of dealing with his problems? And then the system comes to the people attending the restorative process, comes to a decision where there is a punitive phase, but also a helping phase, a phase in which the perpetrator gets the opportunity to see a social worker, or a intervention is done in the family home system, or whatever it may be that is needed. And the victim becomes a survivor and is part of the solution to the problem, which is empowering. I have done this process a few times, and every time I have done it, it worked like a charm. It really brought a new resolution to the deeper lying problems. People's children's futures are guaranteed in this way. A new way of becoming a citizen that can contribute to society is fostered and brought about by a restorative justice process. Insight into what behaviors do grows within this kind of dealing with the problem. Therefore, I would highly recommend that school boards and schools and teachers and everybody gets an opportunity to experience such a process. And I'm more than willing to engage with the school, to do some training within the school, to help where there are such situations as a mediator. So if you need my help, please give me a call. My number is 081 706 0404. I'm sure that I and my other fellow mediators will be able to assist you in dealing with these kind of problems. Just a last word on the whole thing of punitive sanctions. The system does not take away the punitive sanctions, but it postpones the punitive sanctions. The perpetrator gets the opportunity first to address the issues at hand. And if he or she deals with it as prescribed in the judgment of the restorative justice process, then the sanction falls away. But if the perpetrator does not cooperate in a meaningful way, then it is his choice or her choice that the full might of the sanction, may it be expulsion or whatever, then becomes in force. So it's not that we turn a blind eye to what the perpetrator has done and the effects that it has on other people's lives. Actually, we take it more seriously and we try to help. It's not an easy way, it's not a quick fix, but it is a different approach that can make a difference. You're more than welcome to contact me. On Facebook, I have a page. You've got my cell phone number. You are welcome to phone me at any time. Thank you for taking the time to listen and look at this video right up until the end. May it be of great value to you, your school, your children, and everybody involved. Thank you. Goodbye.
New Beginning Mediation Services is a company that has helped hundreds of clients over the years to settle their disputes and conflicts in an amicable way. Why mediate, you ask? Mediation is a quicker and more cost-effective way of settling a dispute. Litigation can take years to be concluded and often costs a fortune. In mediation, the client has control over the outcome, and we always work towards a win-win for all parties. New Beginning Mediation Services specializes in family and divorce matters, which include the drafting of a settlement agreement in regards to the matrimonial property, maintenance and parenting plans. They also specialize in medical negligence disputes and section title property disputes. All their mediators are accredited with the South African Association of Mediators. For more information or to arrange a meeting, contact the CEO of New Beginning Mediation Services, Leon Forsman.